With DC trying to give a lot of its characters their big screen live action debuts, it reminded me of one character in particular who almost had this happen back in the late 2000s, and that is Green Arrow. The Emerald Archer himself was going to make his big screen debut in his own live action film titled Super Max, which was changed to Green Arrow Escape from Super Max in 2008, and it was going to be all about Green Arrow escaping from a massive prison called Super Max. And get this, the script was written by Justin Marks, who wrote the Jungle Book remake, and the award-winning screenwriter David S. Goyer, who you might remember as the writer of the Dark Knight trilogy. So here's the plot. Origami style. Why origami style? Because I had a lot of paper lying around, and don't you judge me. We see Green Arrow, and he's the Green Arrow we know and love. He's got a compound bow, a hood, even that cool goatee. Then he gets framed for killing a government official, and he's thrown in Super Max, a prison built to house the world's worst supervillains. Oh, and they shave his awesome goatee. Like, legit, that's in the movie. Justin Marks said so. Anyway, now he's just Oliver Queen. I said, now he's just Oliver Queen. But like, even if I were Oliver Queen under this hood, which I'm not, like, Oliver definitely wouldn't listen to some disembodied narrator. So there.
Sick burn, bruh.
Anyway, he's stuck in the world's toughest prison with the world's toughest criminals, and a lot of them haven't forgiven him for putting them in there in the first place. And who exactly are these tough criminals? Mostly low-level villains like Icicle. Oh, and Lex Luthor, he's definitely there. And Joker, yeah, Joker's there. We don't see him, but we see his name, and Goyer made sure to stress that that's all we'd see. Obviously, Goyer doesn't want any continuity issues on his hands. But my question is, since the screenwriter said the villains would go by their normal names rather than their code names, what would be written on Joker's cell? Look, okay, I don't like you guys, and you guys just, like, want to destroy me, but we're gonna have to put our differences aside and escape from Super Max. So who's with me? Come on, guys. Icicle, you, come on. Lex Luthor, my man Lex Luthor. If I'm a legal office, you're the prosecutor. If I'm Alfred Pennyworth, you're the back computer. If I'm an RPG, you're a first person. Yeah, that rap wasn't actually in the script, but you know, you get the gist of it. They have to team up and escape, but the prison is designed to neutralize all of their powers. Luckily, Green Arrow's greatest superpower is being super resourceful. This movie definitely could have been amazing. Goyer especially has proven time and time again his respect for the comic book source material, which is even evidenced in the plot itself, which is a bit of a nod to the Batman graphic novel Arkham Asylum, a serious house on serious Earth. Green Arrow writes all his own stories, okay? He doesn't need some narrator to accuse him of plagiarizing from Batman. I'm not accusing you of, no, I'm not having this argument with a piece of paper. Also, Marks is actually an architecture major, so we could expect some interesting things from the prison design-wise. It even feels like this plot was later recycled by another big DC movie. And I'm not talking about Suicide Squad. Let me know in the comments if you can piece together what movie I'm talking about. But as much as I would have loved to see this movie, there's one big reason why it fell through. As Goyer said in an interview with Den of Geek, it was completely ahead of its time. And if you think about it, he's right. He was making this movie in 2008, when Iron Man had actually surprised people by being a successful movie about a comic book character that wasn't well known by mainstream audiences. I mean, the landscape for superhero movies was very different at that time. The major comic book movies out were the characters everyone knew: Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Hulk. To make a movie about Green Arrow, and even harder, to make a Green Arrow movie that doesn't focus on his origin, but rather focuses on him being stripped of his superhero persona, a persona mainstream audiences weren't even familiar with, and now they had to see him lose it, and even harder still, to focus the movie on a team of supervillains, the world wasn't ready for it. I can just see the meeting with the execs now.
A team of supervillains? What are they? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
And sadly, we may never see this movie. But it's not impossible. On the CW's Arrow TV series, Oliver imprisons Deathstroke on a remote island prison codenamed, you guessed it, Super Max. If you liked what you saw here, please subscribe and click that notifications bell to be alerted for whenever I make new videos. Also, please check out my other videos where I talk about more canceled movies, all things comic booky, I do more time-lapse drawings and talk about Easter eggs, and that's it. Laters!